What is up, Gems? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Jurixa, aka Gem, aka your favorite hype girl with a camera. I'm not gonna spend too much time blabbing it away. I just wanted to say hello. This is the second part to the interview from last week with Roan Visions. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. The video is gonna pick up from the last 10 seconds when we start to talk about our social anxieties and being photographers. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode.
Yes. All right, ready? 1, 2, go ahead.
And I have social anxiety.
Say it again.
I have social anxiety. So
Did we just become best friends?
right.
I've never met another photographer who has social anxiety. Because every time I tell somebody that, they're like, how do you run a business and you can't talk to people? Do it every day. Do it every day.
Because I'm an awkward person. I've never been like the one to like be an outstanding talker in front of people. I get anxiety just thinking about it.
Oh my God, I've never met somebody else that does this, that has social anxiety.
It's hard.
All right, floor is yours. Ask away.
Let's go. Let's go. You ready for this?
I'm not.
I'm gonna start you off simple.
Okay.
When did you start photography?
In 2014, I got my camera. I got what did I have? I think I had a Rebel T6. I feel like that's where we all started.
Yeah, that's the
Rebels. And then I shot my first wedding the following year, May of 2015. 14 hours for $200 that I had to split with my now husband. And that's crazy.
It. That's true love. That is, I know, true
right?
Love.
And now we're married. That's when I knew we were gonna be together forever. Because if you would have pulled a 14-hour day with me and only make like $100,
no, that's insane. I would have been out. I'm sorry. It's over. We're done. We're good. What made you start?
I've always had a camera. Like I remember even like prom weekend, I had like one of those like point and shoot little like probably Kodak.
Yeah.
So I was always known as the girl that was always taking pictures because I was like, oh my God, don't you want to remember this memory in years to come? But prom weekend, I took all these awesome photos and everyone was so excited. And then on my way home, I think I was going through some of the photos because, prom weekend, everybody drinks even though we're not of age. So I was like, my mom's going to want to see some of these photos. So I was like, let me delete some of these. Ended up formatting the SD card, lost everything. Don't know what happened prom weekend, that weekend.
I guess it was probably for the good.
Absolutely.
How did the pandemic affect business for you?
7 out of 10 of my bookings for 2020 got rescheduled to 2021, which then this move to Florida was already in play. So everybody had rescheduled, which meant I had to fly back and forth. But I went back to Jersey 9 times in a year. 9 times in a year. Mind you, all of those contracts were signed prior to the move. So I had to come out of pocket for the airfare.
Oh my God.
For 9 times, and included my husband to come with me. I would say that's the worst thing that happened. Like during the pandemic, it wasn't like I didn't have any income because I was still working my full-time job. But it hurt me the following year when I had to comply with all of my contracts and fly back up. That was the worst.
No, I would have been heated. I would have found a felon or something because I'm like, hey, you want to shoot this?
I know a lot of people told me just get somebody to cover it, but I develop relationships with my clients that I'm like, I want to be able to see it through from the beginning to the end, So I was like, I can't, I'm just gonna bite the bullet. And that's why I'm so stern on not going back to Jersey this entire year. Unless there's like an emergency with my parents, I'm not going back to Jersey.
When do you go back to Jersey? Do you stay with your parents?
Yeah, so we save money there. Still,
Mhm.
the
It's still a lot because taking that flight, that's like $400 right there.
airfare.
Unless you fly a Spirit. I'm actually going to Nashville the 20th for my girlfriend's birthday,
Nice.
and he booked a Spirit flight.
Honestly, I've heard they're not that bad.
It's the equivalent to Soul Plane. Wait, do you actually were able to have a wedding in the middle of it?
Oh yeah, I was a COVID bride. I got married in October of 2020.
What? You know
Yep.
how hard it was to pull off a wedding that year?
First of all, I tell when I was going through this with other brides, I said planning a wedding is hard on its own. But
Hmm.
planning a wedding in the middle of the pandemic, it's a whole different ball game. It was very, very stressful because we were getting married in October. So I started getting nervous in like May. I was like, do we cancel? Do we keep it? What do we do? The venue wasn't willing to give us any money back. So I was like, that's 10 grand that I'm not just gonna let go.
So
So
they were like forcing you to have it?
yeah, they were either telling us you either have to have it or we'll give you a credit for the 10 grand and you
Mhm.
can reschedule the wedding. I wanted us to get married on 10/10/2020 because why not?
And it's either 10/10/2020 or it has to be 11/11/2022.
Exactly. And I was not waiting. We got engaged at the end of 2017, so the beginning of 2018. I was not, that's what I told everyone, not waiting another year to get married. We originally wanted about 175 and we had to reduce it to 80.
80's not technically that bad.
It's not, it wasn't small, it was still a lot of people. Oh my gosh. And I remember the week of the coordinator contacted us and was like, I'm going to need everybody's driver's license because everyone who lives in a household needs to be seated in the same table. And I was like, are you going to go around and check people's stuff?
Like what?
Dude, knock on wood, somewhere, nobody caught COVID from our wedding. Nobody.
What were some of the challenges that you ran into when starting full time?
I just got out of that challenge. Worst thing I could have done was tell myself that it was only going to take me 3 months. I don't know where I got that from, but it was the worst thing I could tell myself because after those 3 months were gone and I didn't do anything, I fell into the worst depression. I was like, this was the worst thing we could have done. We're going back to Jersey. I don't want to do this anymore. It was bad, but I just had to keep going. And then there was times where like I'd get like 3 bookings and then there were times that I go 2 months and not get anything. And I was like,
Mhm.
where is the
I
happy
still get that.
medium here? So I
Hmm.
started doing Uber Eats just to have like something coming into my account. And
Yeah.
and I really feel like that's what took my car out because I was driving so much. I was doing it like 5 times a week for like 5 hours a day. So all that driving around, the good thing is I learned my way around where we lived in Florida,
I
but it
see.
was speeding up my car and it was taking time away from me practicing photography.
Yeah.
But I was like, how am I going to pay my cell phone bill? And how am I going to do this? And how am I going to do that? Luckily, I am very blessed. My husband works full time. So
Mhm.
he was like, look, I believe in you. I will take care of all the expenses in the house. You just try to focus on building this business up. So yes, yes. But literally I couldn't do it without him because if I would have had to come here and have a job, how was I going to be able to build this business? If you're going to go full time, if you're in a steady relationship and that person has a full time job, sit with them and be like, look, just give me this much time so I can build this up. Because what we're going to do is he's giving me time to build this up. And then his dream is to quit and either help me run this or him start his own thing. So now that's my goal now is like, all right, let's bring this money in so he can stop working full time so that he
Mhm.
can help me do this. he's like a social butterfly. So he likes to talk to people. He doesn't mind being on the phone. Like he loves that. So I said, I would really prefer if you would take care of all the emails, all the phone consultations, because I be like hyperventilating before a phone consultation. I'm like, oh my
It's
God,
hard.
what do I say? Do you do phone consultations or you do everything like texting and email?
I do phone. I try and make it short, but then I don't know, it's hard because it's like I don't know how to end a call. I
Me
speak to
either.
people on the phone. I speak to people on the phone all day, and I still don't know how to end a call properly.
How do you end a call?
I'm usually like, all right, I think that should be it. Like I'll try and like dance around like hanging up. What are some other passions that you have?
Oh, this was the only question that I was nervous about because I feel like I don't have anything other than this, which I don't think is good because then
Mhm.
this is all I think about all day and all night. Dude, this is a very scary question
It is kind of a hard question. Like if you don't do a lot of activities outside of this, then it
because I
is kind of
have social anxiety. I'll go out for the occasional drink and then I'm coming right home. Like when we go out, all I can think about is I can't wait to come home.
we barely actually go out to eat because we don't like people. It's not well,
Word,
not like
neither do
people,
I.
but it's kind of
Neither do I. If I'm around like negative energy, unfortunately, I'm coming home and now it's in my house. And now I don't
Mhm.
want it in my house. Is your girlfriend like an introvert too?
No, I'd say no. I'd say she's an introvert.
Yeah. My husband he wants to talk to everybody and their mom all day, every day. And I'm
Like
like,
I
oh,
commend him for that. Like people that can do that, like it's like I want to be you so bad,
but I
but
will
my
never
mind
be
just
you.
locks up. Like I can't have a meaningful conversation unless it has some sort of sustainability to what I enjoy and what you could enjoy at the same time. I can't just talk about anything. Like that's how I don't understand how people go to bars all the time because it's like, how can you just strike a conversation with this stranger right next to you?
I'm too busy thinking that the stranger wants to kidnap me.
All right, I don't think that.
This is my life. This is why I don't go anywhere. Forget it. When I go to Walmart, I have to sit in my car for at least 5 minutes and just tell myself, no one is gonna grab you on the way to go inside. Like just go.
But I understand somewhat because it's like the stories that you hear online now about people getting followed or kidnapped, like people are really weird. And especially in Florida, they have some weird stuff going on.
That's what makes it worse because I'm like, we live here in Florida where everyone is eating bath salts. Do you have like a like an ending goal? Like in your head, are you like, okay, in 2 years, I feel like I want to go full time, or you're just like, I'm
I'd
gonna write
say
this.
I'd say 2 years because I'm enjoying the amount of income that I'm able to pull in, but I'm also getting overwhelmed because every summer I don't get a break.
That's exactly what I was feeling. I work literally 3 weekends out of the month. And then my friends were like, we never see you. My family was like, we don't see you. And I'm like, yo, I am trying to build an empire.
Like believing my dream.
Hello.
When I'm out here in my G-Wagon, my road off G-Wagon,
Literally, that's my dream car.
that's my girlfriend's dream car in pink.
I want a matte black with black rims and black tints. How does your girlfriend, hold on, how does your girlfriend handle you doing two jobs?
It gets in the way sometimes. During the summer, it's kind of hard. Like we don't have much time to spend. She doesn't like complain at all about it.
Oh, that's
Like
good.
she doesn't like she's like, as long as you're out there getting your money, I'm happy for you.
Oh, we
But
love
I would like to
this.
spend more time with her during the summer if it's possible.
right before I met my
Right.
husband and I was just starting this, I was with somebody else and they were like, "You're always on the computer and you never have to," and I'm like, "What the hell? Like, what are you talking about?" And then I have my husband who's just like, do what you need to do."
Right, like, chase that bag.
Exactly. He's also a gamer, so like he'll be in the living room gaming and I'll be over here editing.
You
Oh
are
God. What do you play
but
GTA? Because that's what he's on right now.
I I can't even play it anymore. It's been out for, like, 9 years now.
Did you hear that there's a new one coming out?
Oh, of course. I'm like, once I that's a first day. I don't care. I will cancel a wedding that day if need be. I will find somebody else to do it. I'm cool. That's my weekend. That's for a whole week. I'm not touching anything camera related.
I love that for you. All right, let's end it. This was awesome. You were my first interview, and I'm so excited. How's your anxiety right now? Because I could tell you
It's
were
cool.
nervous because you were spinning
Oh
your.
yeah, because of my it's cool.
It wasn't
It's
that bad. It wasn't that bad. You
it,
see,
it could it
that's
could have
why.
been it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. So let's just be
I,
grateful that it wasn't worse and we're good. I'm gonna take really, really quick, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a quick picture so I could post it on my Instagram. Hold on. So give me a pose. Good job. Good job. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Hope
thank
you
you,
have a
thank you.
great rest of your night. And I will see
You
you on the
too.
gram.
And time to cook some dinner.
Word. I'm gonna go eat. Have a good night. Bye.